Hi, Scorpio. I'm going to do your reading. It's going to be what's in store for you next couple of weeks. So your energy, your career, your relationships, love or platonic, and what you don't see coming, what's in store for you from the universe. You have to bear with me. I've not been doing any readings for a couple of weeks. I've not been very well. So I'm just trying to get my mojo back on now. And I'm finding it very, very hard, to be honest with you. However, the reading's been super interesting. There's been a lot of false starts for people, and I think this energy of the retrogrades, we've got two of them, and then we had this 888 portal that opened. There's been a lot of movements lately in the planets, so I don't know whether or not it's making everybody sort of make decisions or question how they feel about certain things. Anyway, let's find out what's going on. So your energy first, there we go. Oh, your conflict, you see? Conflicts, that's what I mean. And then we've got your working situation. You're trapped, your 8 of Swords in your work. What's going on, Scorpio? And then with love, you're investigating. Saying that it could be just relationships. So there's something to do with researching or studying, learning about somebody possibly. Let's find out more anyway. And what's in store for you that you don't see coming? What's in store, Scorpio? You got some changes, so that's amazing news. Some changes coming in. Changes are good, especially when you're in conflict and you're stagnated there, trapped in your head about work. In terms of relationships or people that are around you, you just feel like you're the student possibly, or you're learning, or you're trying to get advice from other people, or they're coming to you for advice. We'll find out a bit more when we clarify anyway. So conflict, are you in conflict with yourself there, Scorpio, or is there other people that you're in conflict with and it's created this situation for you and your current energy at the moment? Let me find out what's going on, Scorpio. Scorpio, what's going on in your current energy there? Yeah, making progress. Oh, there you go. Why? Why do you have to bring the tower down? Every reading, if you go back on my content, it's just like constant. The Scorpio, the tower, the Scorpio, transformation, Scorpio. It is like you everything's crumbling, but then you're like making progress. So it's almost like you're in conflict with yourself at the moment about how to make progress on a situation. It could be to do with your career with the 8 of Pentacles. So you are at that stage again with the tower. Something foundationally wasn't correct in the first place for the tower to come down. So the conflict's been there because the foundation wasn't correct. With this progression card, it goes to show that the tower has to come down for you to then be able to sort of restrip yourself, to regenerate, if that makes sense, to acknowledge exactly what you want and move forward with it. So I can see that regeneration energy, which is exactly what Scorpio does. So yeah, maybe mental conflict is what you're feeling currently, but one thing's for sure is that the tower coming forward, that's going to progress you or propel you forward. So that's good news. So in terms of your career, and I can see the conflict could be to do with your career, and you're sort of trapped in your head about where you're going with your career at the moment. Yeah, feeling a bit sort of like self-imposed. Or you could be in prison, who knows. Yeah, you're not trusting something, you're being sneaky, or you're not, I don't know, we'll find out. You definitely don't trust in a situation because you wouldn't be up in your head as much as you are if you trusted it. And that therefore, maybe there's someone in your environment you don't trust in terms of your career. Yeah, you're confused. You don't know exactly where you're going and what you're doing. Yeah, there is a lot of confusion, a lot of options possibly as well, and you're not trusting which option to take. So take some time out. I always say this, but if you've got too many options and too much confusion, you're kind of worried about which option to take. You're feeling a bit sneaky about where to go in your life, and it's causing you to go up in your head. Then I suggest you just take some time out the next week or two. Don't make any rash decisions. Why are you feeling like this? Let me just pull another card. The confusion, the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Cups. You've got a couple of options there that are going to be really fulfilling for you, but there's going to be a lot of options there that are not fulfilling for you. Maybe you're trapped in your head about which option to take. Yeah, something to do with heartbreak. There's leading, you know, something's breaking you, something's not working out for you, it's making your heart broken. maybe it was an option you did take that got you trapped in your head, and now you're heartbroken because you're not sure which way to go. You don't trust in the situation that's coming forward for you. Yeah, Scorpio, what is going on, guys? Anyway, what's your relationships? This could be why you're looking at studying, or there's somebody in your environment that you're investigating, because this is relationships. So maybe there's someone in your environment you're investigating currently, due to some kind of like distrust or unloyalty. There's no loyalty somewhere. Anyway, let me find out what's going on in your relationships. You are confused. You've got a decision to make. You're not quite sure which way to go, so you're investigating a way forward in terms of your relationships. King of Cups, there you are. You are emotionally you are emotionally there, but not emotionally available, unfortunately. You with the King of Cups, you're on rough waters, but you're not emotionally able to speak about it. So in terms of your relationships, I'm thinking that you're sort of keeping things to yourself. You're investigating a way forward. You're trapped in your head about something, about something that's close to your heart. It could be somebody involved with you. It could also be, you know, that you want to bring love back into a situation, not quite sure how to do it. You're trapped in your head about how to do that. Let me pull another card. Yeah, there's something to do with you investigating. I mean, I'm guessing this is you because it's the King of Cups. If it could also mean that it's somebody else of a Pisces, Scorpio or Cancer that's trapped in their head about you and investigating you. But this is your reading. I'm only speaking on what's happening with yous. Yeah, you want to move to calmer waters in a relationship or in relationships with other people. Yeah, you kind of want to just leave everything in the past and move forward. Maybe you're investigating a way forward yourself in terms of how you want to, you know, push forward in terms of personal relationships. Because it seems to me like with the King of Cups being here, you are prepared to put in the work for in an emotional status, but you're not prepared to put in the actual emotion and physically act on it in terms of speak your truth on things and be more emotionally available. You're kind of working out and studying a way of doing that, working out a way of moving forward in a positive way in terms of the relationships that you're in at the moment. This, again, maybe it's because I've not been great, but all the readings have just been a lot of, what's this change? You can't see this change coming, so that's why. It's to do with the High Priestess. It's to do with your intuition. You've got to trust your intuition. You've got the Pisces, the Moon, and Pisces, the intuition card. Honestly, it could be that what you don't see coming is changes in terms of your intuition and the way that maybe this has been making you feel. There's something that you're not sure, you're getting confused, you're not sure which way to go on a situation in terms of your work or even in your personal relationships. And it's saying, look, there's going to be a change. There's going to be a move. You can't see it at the moment because the moon's here, but once the moon lifts, you're going to be able to use your intuition to move forward. There's going to be a massive shift in communication, a change in your life, and the change is going to be for the better. Let me find out what this change is going to be. But it's going to need the moon to move out the way for you to be able to see a way forward to the High Priestess, to be able to use your intuition, to be guiding you. You can't use your intuition when the moon's there, not properly. Let me just find out. Let me just get one more card. Yeah, something's being balanced back into your life because I can definitely see there's not a lot of balance here. There's a tower. There's a lot of shifts and changes for sure. But there's definitely something to do with once this moon lifts, the changes will occur, and then the High Priestess will give you the acknowledgement of your intuition to be able to equally give something back to yourself or equally give into a project or a situation around you. Yeah, you're moving on to calmer waters, but you're broken to do with your career. It says engagement, so maybe you are, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So maybe you are something to do with engagement, possibly. Or, yeah, let me find out what the Moonology has for you. It says emotions are running high. I can see there's a lot of emotion in this reading, but then moon being here doesn't help the situation. Once the moon lifts and moves, and these retrogrades go at the end of the month, then maybe, hopefully, we can start seeing a way forward and our path is more clear. And that path will give you the equal balance you so require and deserve in your life. That's what I got for you, Scorpio.